First of all, thank you very much to the people from this conference to invite me to this conference. It's a great honor and great pleasure. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pep Suarez. I am from Spain. I am a member of the FIDE Commission, also the ECO Commission. I am international master and PhD in psychology. I'm working with children with the chess and education for maybe more than 40 years. I am very old, sorry. Yes. And of course, like many people like from my generation, I start with the competitive chess, of course. I was a player, very strong player. One time I was the number 4 in my country. I arrived to the title of international master. But at one point of my life, I changed everything, and tried to use chess like a tool, first for education, First for education, and we started a project, and now it's about 26 years that we are working in this project in the primary schools, more than 200 schools. We use our product, but later, in the last 10 years, I changing again. I like to change it, And I am a doctor of psychology, and I start thinking about how to use chess in different therapies. And we are start working with the people with autism, with TDAH, with women with cancer, with the elder people with cognitive deterioration, etc. And in this lecture, that I try to explain everything that we're doing in our work. The title is Inclusive Chess Environment. Why this title? Because I think at that moment, chess is a fantastic and powerful tool to working in different areas, but in these areas that I show you now, therapeutic, educational, and social, I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to use chess to help other people. To me, chess gives me everything. Everything that I got in my life is from chess, When I was just a child, like these ones, I was starting to play chess. I winning a lot of tournaments, and was a great opportunity to travel, to see different people, to know different sculptors, etc. So at one moment of my life, I thinking about that I must return to chess, something that chess gives to me, And this is the main objective of this conference. Rafa. Well, another one. Okay. Well, we're talking about different things, chess as a social and educational tool. But first of all, I want to tell you that, and this masterclass is not just me talking and talking. I want that you are working also. Working in this masterclass, because I think when you do something, you understand better. This is my logo motif, If you do something, it's better than somebody told you about the benefits of chess, the benefits of chess in social, therapeutic, etc. So we are doing it this way. And we are working, of course, about what do we mean by inclusive environments, because I think it is very important. Chess as a social and educational tool. Later, I told you about the real cases that our association, free association, without any interest for money, Olympia Chess Academia, we are show you some of the different experience that we're making around the world. Later, we are talking about how to build an inclusive chess environment. And I think this is a very important thing. And between the 4 and 5 activities, you must work in different areas that I present to you, because I want to know your opinion about that, you know. Later, what problem we got, with barriers and solutions we can get to these problems. No? And at the end, of course, some questions and some inspirational crossing. Rafa, please. Let me tell you about something from our Olympia Chess Academia. Olympia Chess Academia has been developing chess program with a social, educational, and therapeutic focus for over more than a decade. More than a decade. Maybe we start working in this in the 25. But formal, formal, we started in 2015. But we're working because we got collaboration at big partners. We got big partners and support, financial, and with resources, a lot of our different projects. Which kind of partner? Partner like this one, Fundación La Caixa. I don't know if you know who is La Caixa. It's the most important bank in Spain. It's the more important bank in Spain, and maybe around Europe. One of the best banks on Europe. And they got a lot of money for social activities, you know. And we started working with this bank, Fundación La Caixa, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, with a little project in a prison. In a prison, with inmates that they are in the prison. And was very, very successful. From this moment until now, they give to us a lot of money for different projects that I later show you. Another important partner that we got, everybody knows, is Red Cross. Red Cross is around the world. And we are working with these people because they make a fantastic job. They make a fantastic job. They got a lot of people, voluntary people, you know. They don't have money, but they give you the opportunity to working with this kind of people that need everything. Everything. They need everything. And I told you before, one of my main objectives is return to the people who the people give to me. I think this is my logo, it's important for me. Later, of course, another big partner. I living in a little island in the Mediterranean Sea, Menorca. When I say Menorca, everybody say Mallorca. No, not Mallorca. Mallorca is big one. We are very small, Menorca. But it's incredible because we are very, very, very small, but we are very strong in chess. Very, very strong. We make an Olympiad in Menorca. And with the population about 80,000 people, we got 17 Spanish champions, one world championship, Paco Vallejo, famoso, world championship, is from Menorca. And now, this year, we got another 2 young people who winning the Spanish championship, Martin Cauchi and George Pons. So, we got a very good structure for competitive chess in Menorca, but also we got a very good structure for educational and therapeutic chess. And the council of our islands, Menorca, Mallorca, and Ibiza, get a lot of support to this kind of activities. Not just for competitive chess, but also for different areas. In the last 2 years, we make 2 of the best congress around the world. This year we make a congress in Menorca about chess and therapeutic. We come people from around the world, more than 100 people around the world, supported by FIDE also. And the last year was a fantastic one. We make a congress about chess and education. more than 300 people come from around the world. 300 people. We are a small island, you know. With the support of FIDE, ECO, FIDE America, La Caixa, etc. We are very, very happy with these two coming. And I want to tell you something. The next year, this is a fantastic thing. We try to do the first international congress, chess and intelligence, artificial intelligence, you know. And now, yeah, we are talking with our friend Demis Harasvi. You don't know Demis. Demis is Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize is a fantastic man. I met him when he was just a little boy, and he confirmed that he can to Menorca for the next conference about chess and artificial intelligence. So Menorca is a little one island, but we do a lot of things about chess. Sometimes when I talk about inclusive chess, many people ask to me, but what is inclusive environment? What is inclusive chess? What is an inclusive environment? And this is sometimes it's a very difficult question, because many people, when I talk about that, they thinking in a different way that we understand when we're talking about inclusive environment. For us, there are 3 points that are very, very important when we are talking about that. The adaptation of the environment and the diversity as a strength. This is very, very, very important for us. When we're talking about the adaptation of the environment, it's not about adapting people to this environment, but about adapting the environment to the people, different way. You understand? And I think this is a very important thing. You know? We created a space that responds to the needs of each individual, no other way around. Okay? So this is a key thought. Not adapting people to the environment, but about adapting environments to people. For us, this is very important. When we talk about the diversity as a strength, difference, of course, I told here, don't represent obstacles, but opportunities to enrich the collective experience. This is easy to say, but sometimes it's not too easy to explain, and of course, that the people understand and do in this way, you know. For me, the heterogeneity of the group is something perfect. It's something fantastic, because they give to us a different point of view. Different point of view. When you play chess, something that you're learning at the first moment, and this is for me a fantastic idea, is that you need to think not just for you, but you need to think for the other people. Empathy. Empathy is the perfect word. When you start to play chess and you're teaching to the children and you say, hey, you can put the pawns to the center, everywhere, but the children, the people, thinking about his thoughts. I put this pawn here, later the bishop here, later put the queen here, and later I take the pawn and make scholar mate. No? But what happened? You do that, and the other people made this one, for example. And now you take, and the other one made this one, and you do that, waiting for the checkmate, but the other take your queen.
Free queen.
Free queen. What happened? What happened? This is a very important moment. Very, very important moment. Because at this moment, the kid who stay here thinking about what happened. I do everything that my teacher said to me, but they lost the game. Why? What is the problem? The problem is you don't think about the thoughts of the other person. This is an important, very, very important concept. If you can thought about the desires, the objective to the other person, you go ahead. You got another vision of the world, you know? For everything, you got another vision. And for me, chess, sometimes when I talk with my colleagues for the benefits of chess, I am very critical. They say that I am very critical, but I really don't know if all the benefits that chess produces for chess, we can transfer to other activities. I don't know. I really don't know. Now, this year we start a program in my university, Alcalá de Henares, with 8 different universities from South America and 3 more from Europe, to try to demonstrate, to try to investigate if it's really done. We can transfer some of the benefits from chess to other activities. We don't know. We must investigate it after 3 or 4 years. I told you what is the results about that. I don't know. But I want to tell you something that is sure. I don't know if chess is stimulating for cognitive. I don't know if it's very good for focusing, for concentration, for memory. I don't know. But I want to tell you something. I am sure that chess improves your empathy. This is fantastic. And I don't need more. Empathy. Thinking about when I do some behavior, when I do something new, what happened with him? What happened when I do something? What he thinking about my behavior? This is, in chess, is absolutely clear. Clear. Because you do a movement and I do another. And you must think, why you do that? This is the first question that you teach to a children when you are teaching chess. Thinking about why he or she do that. What he want, what she want. This is an empathy, you know, an empathy. So this is very important from my point of view, to working with the empathy, because I am sure that when you play chess, you transfer this empathy to other activities, to other thinking you are thinking about. Of course, I say here, inclusive environment are based on respect, equity, and emotional support. Emotional support. I told you before, I am a doctor in psychology. I am working in a hospital a few days because I traveling around. But I working in a hospital, of course, and I saw in my life hundreds of thousands of people who come to the hospital with different problems, you know. And I want to tell you something. From my point of view, most of the problem that the people got is about emotional. Emotional. And emotional can also with the, but it got a very direct relation with empathy. Emotional and empathy, they got a very line connection. It's important, I think, from my point of view. Rafa. Well, when we talk chess for a tool for inclusion, first of all, we can want to say that chess is a universal game. Universal game. And it's incredible. When you play chess, it's a key for everything. Let me tell you something about my history. I think I'll be in more or less 18 or 19 different countries in my life. Now come one of my friends that travel more than me. He is incredible. He is really incredible, Leoncho. He's more than 100 countries around the world. You know? Okay, But it's incredible. I go to different countries in my life. And I told with Glencho the other day, when I arrived to the United States, when somebody said to me, what is your profession, or what do you dedicate? I never said I am psychology. I said, I am a chess master. And all the doors are open. All. You say, I am chess master. The other day when I arrived to the border, the people who stayed in the frontier, they said, hello, big man, you know, where you come from Spain? Where you go? No, I go to the conference from chess. What are you doing? I am a chess master. Are you good? He asked me, are you good? And I said, well, I am a master. I said, oh, okay, perfect. It's incredible. It's an incredible passport. Two of the legends of chess, Alexander Alekhine and Misha Tal, they got very different styles, you know. For example, Alekhine said that he never need a passport. He said, I am the world champion, and you can let me to go to your country, you know. This is a fantastic. Or Misha Tal, the fantastic Misha Tal, he forget everything in his life because he don't care about money, he don't care about nothing, just creativity, vodka, and singers, you know, no more. But everybody know him, and he don't need any passport or anything because, you know, he was the master. And from my point of view, it's a universal passport when you say, I am a chess master. Because chess, when I say it's a universal game, and my dear friend Leoncio got a fantastic histories about chess in the history. It's something universal because in every country that we can imagine, we got chess. And with more than 2,000 years, we can travel around the history of of our humanity, you know, universal, with chess, from Persia until now, you know, traveling around the imperial world, the seal, the revolution from France, etc. You know, it's really incredible. You know? And it's incredible also because I told you here, don't need a complex verbal language. It's very easy. The language of chess is very, very easy. You can learn it maybe in 1 hour, maybe in an hour. Second point, and this is for me very important, very economic cost. You just need one of these or one of these. I don't know how much is that, but cheaper than to take a gin tonic outside, sure. Okay, so it's very cheaper, and you can use in the school, you can use in the classroom, you can use in the street, you can use wherever. I told you here, it's highly adaptable to different contexts, you know, and also connect different ages. This is very important. Young people, old people, different people around the world with different culture, different religion. If you've never been in an Olympiad of chess, I want to tell you something. You must be at least at one. Why? Because it's incredible. When you go to an Olympiad of chess, usually in a big pavilion, you can see more or less 200 countries at the same time, people from 200 countries at the same time playing chess, respecting any religion, respecting if you are black, if you are white, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. When you are playing chess, doesn't matter. It's not important if you come from the United States, you come from Syria, or you come from wherever. You can play chess with your clothes, with your thoughts, everything. It's a fantastic. I remember to one friend of mine that I said, when I go to the Olympiads, it's a travel around the world. just in a small space, yeah, you know.
And even kids 8 years to 70 years.
That's right, that's right. And this is something very difficult to find in another sport or another event, no? People from around the world, from little islands of the Pacific, with the United States, Russia, and Spain. It's incredible, you know? With all the respect, shaking the hands, good luck, we are start to work. Of course, we are very strong, another very weak. It doesn't matter, but this is something really important. So, it's clear for me that chess is a big tool for inclusion. Rafa, please. Now, I want to talk, before you are working, with something that I prepared for you, that some of the cases that from our association we are working. We are talking now about some of the projects that we are talking with other people. This project with other people we started 10 years ago. I gave you before with this big partner, La Caixa Foundation. La Caixa is a big important bank in Spain that give to us a lot of money, not just for us, you know, for another association, they get a lot of money. And now in the last year also we got the support for the Red Cross, sorry. Now we got, with this project, we are working exactly in 36 different seniors clubs in the Balearic Islands, with sessions to stimulate memory, attention, social connection, and reducing unwanted loneliness. This is a fantastic project that we are making. We got now 6 people working in this project, just in Balearic Island, because we start this year also in Canarian Islands, also with the collaboration with the La Caixa. We start in Canarias with 12 senior class in Canarian Islands. This is one of the most famous projects that we are working. Another one, very important, is this one. I told you before. Maybe 22 years ago, we started working with people, young people, with is in oppression because they got some problems. You know, they got some problems. It's fantastic because with this project that we making in a prison in Menorca, it's not just good for the people who stay there, but also for us, we're learning a lot from these people. We're learning a lot from these people. I remember very well one of the inmates that they stayed there. When I asked him, Fernando is his name, like my friend, I said, Fernando, what happened in your life? Why you stay here? And he said, no, I'm a normal person, but yeah, but you stay here for 20 years or something like that. What happened? Well, one day I come back to my home, early. I arrived home, and I saw my wife with my best friend, and I killed him. He said to me, Fernando, I lost my mind for an hour, 20 minutes. Just I lost my mind for 20 minutes. And I understand everything. No one of us can be sure that we cannot lose our mind. You understand? This is very important thinking, no? So we are working in this kind of people, not just in Menorca, but also in Canarian Islands with a fantastic project, promoting resilience, respect for the rule, and conscientious decision making. Because it's very important in chess, when you make a decision, it's your own decision. Nobody told you about that. except if you pray a brain and a half, you know, this is yeah, it's different, you know, this is a fantastic job. But it's not, it's your own decision. You try to do that. I want to do that. What happened? Nobody can tell me anything about that, you know, because I want to do that. And when you make a decision, it's important that this decision is just you making decision, not other people. And after the game, when you analyze the game, you're thinking about, oh, I made this move. Was good? Was bad? And you're thinking about your decision. This is something very important from my point of view than just give to the children, give to the people. No? To analyze our decisions. Very important thing for me. Other important project that we are working with the FIDE is this one. No, this one no. This one. Young people, what age is this? We are working with the FIDE in a fantastic project, Infinite project. For the last 4 or 5 years, people with Asperger associations we work with Asperger Association in Ibiza, Mallorca, and the Canary Islands, using a specific methodology adaptation, create routines, pictograms, contact positive reformers. This is the Infinite project by FIDE. Very important project that FIDE started 5 years ago and very successful. I think now we are more than 20 countries around the world that are working in this project. Also with children with ADHD, you know. Later we saw something about that, but we try to individualize work in short and dynamic sessions. What kind of objectives? Improve concentration, improve control, and emotional self-regulation. And another interesting project we started last year was women with cancer using chess. It's incredible. The first time when you think using chess with women with cancer, I told you that this project started 1 year ago with my friend from France, Frank Drouin, and his foundation. And I want to tell you that it was very, very successful. Chess as a tool for personal empowerment, for emotional relief, and peer support. Absolutely fantastic, different project. Okay. Now, changing change to the other one. Until now, more or less, is something clear? Something clear? Yes?
Yes.
That's fantastic. More or less. This one. We are talking about this kind of project that we're making, but it's important that you know some of the characteristics of individual across in various spectrums that we are talking about. This is of course a few words about this kind of spectrum, but it's important that you understand, because later when we are making something together, you really understand what we want to do. Rafa, dale pa'lante. When we're talking about this project for older adults and cognitive decline, it's a big problem today. Not just in Europe, it's around the world. A lot of money is putting in medical, in investigation to try to prevent the cognitive decline in elder people around the world. And I don't know if you know some cases, but when you met some people with this kind of project or problem, for example, Alzheimer, it's really incredible, because when you met someone that maybe 3 or 4 years ago, you see him, you talk with him, and after 4, 5, 6 years, he don't know nothing about you, about his son, his daughter, his wife, his man. He not recognize nothing, you know. A lot of money, a lot of investigation around the world try to find a solution, medical solution maybe, to this problem. But it's not easy, of course. It's not easy. And what happened? It's really incredible, but chess can use like a prevention tool, not for somebody say, well, maybe you say that chess is like a pill for Alzheimer. Not. But it's a very good tool to prevent cognitive decrement. Very good. This is something that is very important that you understand. What happened with these people? Cognitive change, progressive decline in memory, in attention, and reasoning abilities. No? Los common diagnoses include dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and mild cognitive impairment. What kind of impact, psychological impact got? Increasing vulnerability to social isolation, this is very important, and depression, of course. Growing dependence on others for daily activities. What kind of support these people need? A structured environment with consistent routines, regular cognitive stimulation activities, regular cognitive stimulation activities, a preventive intervention promoting active aging. Those important points, 2 important points here. Later, remember this, because later when we're making this a little working together, you must thinking about that. Rafa, dale. When talking about autism spectrum disorder, it's incredible. Yesterday, when I traveled to Sunday, I wrote in a paper that is incredible. In Europe, this disorder, autism, is growing up, growing up. It's incredible. I read Sunday in the paper. What is the key characteristics of this disorder? Challenge in social communication and interaction, preference for routines and predictable environment, diverse functioning level requiring individualized support, sensory processing difference, hyper or hyposensitivity. In what kind of effective approaches? Structured intervention with clear visual support, consistent routines to promote security and independence, environment adapted to sensory needs. I told you before that we are working in this kind of project very quick, very simple. I think now it's 21 or 22 different countries. I want to tell you something. One of the most emotional impact in the last 5 or 6 years was one Saturday morning. I want to tell you the history. One Saturday morning in Ciutadella. Ciutadella is a town in Menorca. We got 2 big towns, Ciutadella and Mount. And we're making this project in Ciutadella, not in Mount. Saturday in the morning from 10 to 11. I'll be at 10 o'clock waiting for the children, waiting for the parents. And one woman with his son come to me. The son go to the classroom and the mother start crying. In front of me, they start crying. I said, what happened? What happened? He looked at me, he touched me, she touched me, and I said, it's incredible. It's the first time in 2 or 3 months that my son talked to me.
Come on.
but he talked to me about something that I don't know. Diagonal, squares, bishops. And she said to me, thank you. She talked to me. It's an incredible case in Menorca. It's a kid with a very big audience situation, you know. But after playing chess with us, using chess like a methodology, he talked with her mother about chess. Her mother don't know nothing about diagonal, bishops, etc. You know. Incredible. This is incredible. Okay, Rafa. This is something for me very special. Very special. And I want to tell you something. When I start this project, I don't believe. I don't believe in this project. I want to tell you, this is the truth. I don't believe. How can we use chess in women with cancer, the mama, after chemo? I don't see the relation, no? But my friend Van Ron said, Pep, I'm thinking, I'll be sure that if you did in Menorca will be fantastic. And I say, okay, I'll try. And we are talking to the Spanish Association Against Cancer, the most important association in Spain against cancer, very important, with a lot of resources, with a lot of money, etc. And of course, sometimes life is if you got lucky or not. And I met the president of the Spanish Against Cancer, who is a man who loves chess. He loves chess, the president of this association. And I said, I want to do that. And he said, I give you everything that you need because we can try. And we tried a pilot project this year with just 5 women. Just 5 women. 5 women. These women passed the cancer and passed the chemotherapy. Was really fantastic. Now we are a family. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? A family. We use chess, but not to talk about chess. About feelings. About fear. About the future. About the problems in the family. About the hope. I want to tell you something. It's a fantastic project that we are making, and we reply this year, of course, now in 2 towns, Ciutadella and Mount. And I thinking when you meet these persons, these women, and you use chess like a space for talking about what you feel, it's incredible, because you got an environment of comfort, you know? This is very important. When you can talk about what happened with your life, what is your fears about the future, what do you think about your family, what is the way that the society, you know, gives you support or not.
The hypothesis there is like talking about something completely out
of chess. But sometimes we prepare different didactic unities, because something that is important in therapeutic chess is, I like this sentence. You can prepare everything, but later you can do whatever. But you can prepare everything. When I go to the classroom, to these people, I got my unit for this day. I want to show the vision. Okay. And I try to do 20 minutes speaking the vision, to 15 minutes speaking the vision, what is the diagonal, etc. Later, when we're talking about the vision, this is, I think it was yesterday, Leonchon, who talking about the symmetry of the board, no? With the vision, it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. What kind of symmetries you got in your life? You use the diagonal, the symmetry, to talking about, and sometimes...
And you get them out of what they are fighting, that is the cancer.
That's right. That's right. The president of the association, Jose, said to me, sometimes people don't understand, but 1 hour without thinking, in your big problem. I don't know if you are close to this problem, but me, my brother, my fantastic brother Peter, I love him too much. I love him too much. This is Peter and I. We are two different guys, absolutely different. I want to tell you the history because it's really very interesting. The first day when I go to school, I was 7 years, and my brother 6. Why? Because my father forget that I must go to the school, and I go 1 year later with 7. You know, yes, I go with 7 and my brother with 6. It was incredible. When I go to school, I know to read, I know to write, everything. But my father, you know, is Leonardo da Vinci. You know, is something very special. And I go with my brother Peter, and I walk on the front of the classroom. This is very interesting. At that time was Spanish dictadura, you know, different. Franco, and etc. We sit here, and my brother sit here. And come the teacher. We put in the first row, you know. He asked me my name, he asked his name, and I don't know why the teacher give a 2 class to my brother. Pa, pa! Usually in that time, you know, pa, pa. You go behind the classroom. And I stay in the front. And he asked me, you know to read? Yes. You know to write? Yes. Okay. Tomorrow you go to third classroom. When we finished this day, my brother said to me, when I got the opportunity to go outside of the classroom of the school, he don't like it to go to you know, it's very clear, no? But he's a fantastic man and also a very successful businessman. He got a restaurant in our little village. He's a fantastic guy, you know. But it's interesting because, for example, my brother, he was a cancer 5 years ago. Colon cancer. Colon cancer. Was incredible. He got fear, but all my family, we are extensive family.
It's impacted.
Impacted. I cannot sleep. Thinking about my brother. I'm working in a hospital. I know very well what happened in a hospital. I know. And my colleagues say, don't worry, because we take it in a good time, we make a surgery, you know. But for me, it was incredible. I am impacted, yes. All my family. Fortunately, everything was fantastic, was really, and now he's working also, and it's fantastic. But changing for 1 hour the thoughts about that, using chess, is incredible. I don't believe in this project, and now I love this project. Rafa. Well, young people in the attention center. This is also something very emotional for me. Very, very, very emotional for me. Many years ago, I met Leoncio maybe 40 years ago than we met together. And I remember one of the times that he came to Menorca, because in Menorca we make a lot of things, and he came a lot of times. And we are talking about everything. And he made me some questions about, at one moment I told you before, I am a competitive chess trainer of the big grandmasters, a very good player. And sometimes he, in a dinner, he said, but Pep, what do you think is the greatest thing that you did in your life, you know? And I hope that he's thinking about that I tell you the names of Paco Vallejo, Jose Martinez, sometimes some of the great players. And I tell him a name, I don't know if you remember, but it was incredible. I said, well, but for me my big success is David Carreras Pons. Nobody knows. Nobody knows this name, you know. Nobody knows. He never won anything, you know, David Carreras Pons. Why did I say this to my friend Leoncho? The first time that I met David Carreras Pons was when I go to school to teach in chess. I arrive to the classroom, I present to everyone, and a small boy from about 8 years, I don't know who is the translation of these words in English, but say something like that. Hey, Calvo, me vas a comer los huevos. I don't know. I don't know exactly what is the translation, but it's a very bad word. 8 years. Eh? Hey, Calvo, me vas a comer los huevos. Was the first sentence that he said to me. David Carreras Pons. Okay, fantastic. Okay. And the second sentence, with 8 years, he said to me, and be careful, because I got a knife. Tengo navaja. Was the second sentence of the 8 years. 8 years. Ramon Carreras Pons now is a fantastic man. His mother, her mother, died very young with about the drugs, you know. His father died in the prison. 2 of the 3 brothers that he got also died very young. He and his brother is 1 year more, is the only people from her family that is still living, you know. Now, he's a normal person like you, like me. He working for the Caserío, very important factory in Menorca. He was married with Maria, and he got a beautiful girl, Marta. I am the padrino of Marta, you know. I am the Marta, the padrino. And sometimes he said to me, Pep, you saved me the life. But I told always, no, Ramon, you saved me the life. And I remember when I told to Leoncho, he said to me, this is incredible history, but it's true. This is true. So when you working with this kind of people, no, with history of disruptive behavior in vulnerable context, high prevalence of emotional disorders and trauma, substance abuse and dysfunctional families, when you need to do some intervention, you need to comprehensive rehabilitation programs, positive role model, and reintegration opportunities. And of course, feedback and empathetic approach con autoridad figures. Dale al otro. With ADHD, also when we are working, we must know something about cognitive partners, behavioral traits, and psychological impact. Because if we don't know nothing about to the people who we are working, it's very difficult to use it the correct way, the correct tools. This is very important. When I'm training people to working with us, I say, it's very important that you understand and you got the resource, the tool for this kind of people. Dale que si no, no llegamos. Sí. Well, here is different case of a study that I prepared for you. The case of Maria, older adult with early cognitive changes. This is textual phrase from Maria. Chess not only helps me remember better, but I go home with a fuller heart. Maria now got 78 years old, widow, and living alone in Menorca, living in my little village, Escastel. He attends her senior camp every Thursday and to pray with Joan. Joan is a name of my island, you know. He said that chess this Thursday when they come to the camp is a very important time because not just for praying, also for socialization. This is very important concept. socialization, you know. He met people in the same age, not just for playing chess, for talking about everything. Sometimes the board of chess is a tool for talking and talking whatever, you know. And this is very, very important. Otro. This one, very, very interesting. This is Mario. I don't put the photographies, later I show you the photographies. He got 11 years old and he got Asperger's syndrome. When he started with us, he got a lot of significant anxiety about the new environment that we're making for him, and an unpredictable element. After working with us in our program, gradually took ownership by setting the timer and documenting activities, creating predictability. What kind of progress? The parents report improved waiting skill and call anticipation of transition and changing. Something very important. I told you before about the great success of this mother that his son, after maybe 2 months, don't talk with no one, talk with him. With cancer, by praying for a little while, we stopped being patients and became people again. Fantastic, fantastic. People again. Incredible. It's like when you got this kind of problem, the cancer, all your life, start a new life, you know, and you need to return to older life. Dale. This is Carlos, another very interesting guy. Carlos is also a very interesting guy. I like this sentence. He said, one day, he said, I got angry, like always, but today I didn't break anything, just the palm. He take the palm and took something like that. You know, something like that. But he didn't break anything, you know, just the palm. Okay, okay. Okay. It's fantastic, yes. This is also a very interesting game. When I talk with the psychologist that we are working to me, he said, this is something important because the self-regulation is in progress, he said. You know, it's very interesting. Carlos demonstrated the gradual development of emotional regulation skill through a structured activity that provide safe opportunity to experience frustration, concrete measurement of behavior progress, practicing impulse control and decision making. It's incredible. Chess is a fantastic tool for all these kind of activities that we are talking about. Dale.
That was it.
Ya, ahora, sácame las fotos.
Okay.
Las fotos una por una, por favor. Because it's important that you can see the photos. Yeah, for example, this one. Usually here. Most you got people, young people who arrive in the detention center. Most arriving with their head down, declaring, I don't know how to pray. But soon enough, the boss brought their heads and hairs into focus. It's incredible. When you stay in a prison and you are young, it's so difficult at any age, of course. But it's difficult because you got a lot of energy. In prisons also, it's incredible, you got a lot of opportunities to go by the wrong way. So when I say that, is in prison, yes, in prison, you got a lot of opportunities to go with the wrong way, with the wrong people. So it's important to make an environment that these people thinking about that they have another opportunity. Mark, 11 years, no? His diagnosis with Asperger's started working with high anxiety. And now he has to set the graph and record the moves. The most important, his parents saying he now manages waiting better and anticipates more calmly. Another one. All the adults and cognitive decline. Maria, 78 years old, will every Thursday pray with Joan. Every Thursday. And she said it helped her not only to remember better, that also is very good, but she go home with her hair fuller. Just an excuse to exercise the mind and the soul. Very important. Another one.
I think that was it.
Hay dos más, ¿no?
Yeah.
Rafa. Sí, la de ADHD, mira, Woman with Cancer, during a session with la Asociación Española Against Cancer, some woman will say, I don't know how to pray. But soon between Ruth and Chris, they share more than again. They share their life. This is something fantastic. By praying, we will stop being passive for a while and become people again. And the last one, this one, no? Marietta. Now we are in Menorca, we speak another language. In Spanish, everybody speaks Spanish, and we speak Catalan, another language, very different, absolutely different. Our variant of Catalan is so complicated. Also, for the Catalan people, sometimes they don't understand to us, you know, because very close. Very close is from ancient times, you know, you know. And this is Laura, 9 years old. This at home she can sit still more than 5 minutes. In chess class with a visual timer and quick game, she lasts 20. She feels proud when she wins, thanks to, this is, I like it so much, she said to us, Pep, I guanyo, jo estic guanyant perquè estic molt concentrada. Això és català, no? Sí. And I said, Laura, tu per què guanyes? Why you win? And he said, because estic molt concentrada, because I got a lot of concentration. It's incredible, no? It's something really incredible. I think this is the last. Okay, return to the first PowerPoint, please. Because I want to do something, but I don't know if we got a lot of time. Pasa. Vale, pasa. Stop.
Excellent.
No, before, this one. How to build an inclusive chess environment. I think this is very important. When you start working with this kind of project, I think you need some guide to not make a big mistake. Mistake is the only way to understand, the only way to go forward, the mistake, of course. But you can avoid some of the big ones, so it's better. I put here, personalized space. Adjust the speed and complexity of the activities according to individual needs. Very important. Allowing for different levels of simultaneous participation. When you start with a group, maybe the group is 4 people, or maybe the group is 20 people. We don't know. In this kind of project, I think more than 7, 8 people is a lot of. From my point of view, because they need individual help, individual. So I think this is important. Another very important point, adaptive material, because we can see before that they kind of the spectrum of disorder, they are very different. So maybe we need raised board, enlarged pieces, pictograms, colors coded, another result and support cognitive and sensory accessibility. So, very important also to use adaptive material. With this kind of project also, very important, visual support and attention. Clear, very clear language. Very clear language. For example, in SST and TDE, it's very important to do a conscious instructions, consistent visual support, and very important, elimination of ambiguities to facilitate understanding for all participants. The language is absolutely a very important tool. Very important tool. And of course, and this is something that, at first moment I think everybody that loves chess and love to teaching and to transfer knowledge got. But now I know that it's not. No, all the people got. And we need positive motivation techniques. Very important. Sometimes people say, I love chess, I try to help the people, but later when I saw when they working with all the law, they don't got this feeling, to transfer thinkings. They don't got. And I said, you need to working with your abilities, to your societal abilities. No? Because it's important. Reinforcement system adapted to its group, celebrating small achievements, and creating an environment of emotional safety. Emotional safety, very important concept also for all this kind of project. Of course, I told you about all the opportunities, but the reality, the life is that we got also problems. And here we got some of the problems and some of the solutions that we experimenting in this year. For example, digital divide. This is a big problem, Many people, especially older people or those in disadvantaged environment, have difficulty accessing digital chess resources. And today, yesterday we talked with some friend of mine that the importance of the human factor is very important, human factor. But of course, when you're in this area, the 21st century, we can use digital tools, artificial intelligence, etc. But sometimes it's difficult. So, what is the solution for this? Creating accessible physical material, of course, and offer adapted basic digital training. Combine traditional and technological resources dependent on the cost. For example, I say here, Chess for Edu. Chess for Edu did a platform that we invited 4 years ago. Now it's implementing in 19 countries around the world. But this is not a platform to play chess. It's a platform to use chess in the school, just in the school, to working in different areas, connectivity areas, Not for learning chess. It's for using chess like a tool for different areas. Another big problem is prejudices about chess. Right? There's perception that chess is elitist, difficult, just for very intelligent and smart people, This is something that a lot of people thinking about, no? But I think at the moment we can say that one of the solutions is a awareness campaign and practical demonstration that highlight the game accessibility. In which way? For example, using mini-games. Mini-games is a fantastic tool that we can use it to show all the people that chess is very easy. If you use it, for example, let me see which difficult got this game, no? kings against king. Very easy and fantastic mini game. The first one that arrived to the end of the line, win the game. And you say, well, this is very easy. But they got some strategies. Because now I do that, and he must thinking about he want to win or he don't want to lose. It's different. What are you doing here? You play chess?
Sometimes.
Okay, play. Now is an important point. He want to lose. He want to win, but now lose. He want to win, but now lose. You lose. 2 moments, no? But here is another strategy. I don't want to lose. I want not to lose. I don't want that you won. First, you play. Okay, sorry. Very good, you play very well. And you win also. Good. Yes, but we got 2 different approaches, you know? And it's important with this kind of mini games that you can play, you live in 1 minute or 2 minutes, you can demonstrate and chess is not so difficult, no? And the other one is love of training stats. Yesterday I talked with Ana Maria Stafandi, a fantastic woman that stay here for Cyprus, and she said to me, "But I got a very difficult problem because I don't find instructor, I don't find people for training to a lot of school that we got." What is the solution? It's difficult. I want to tell you that it's difficult. Also, in a paradise like Menorca, and we got a lot of financial money, and we got the support of the institution. Sometimes it's difficult to find people that they working in different areas, because the people who love chess, they want to working in the competitive chess, you know, competitive chess, because I think it is more fun, you know, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So, well, I thinking that we can working in the educational problem and the creation of collaborative networks among educational, social, and chess federation and organization. Barriers and solution. This is not a big solution, but it's something food to think about, you know, food to think about. Well, 1 hour before I come here, I say I am Pep. I want to tell you about many projects. And I want to say to you bye-bye with this final reflection. No? A chessboard can be a mirror where each person, wherever they are, discover their own abilities. I love this sentence. I love it. Chess is a tool that if you get to chess the hand, you get the hand. Chess never let your hand. Chess follow you until the last day, and follow you to help you in all your different situations. For me, this is what chess give to me, and they give me a lot of chess. Give me everything in my life, you know? And this is my final conclusion. When we use chess with this true potential, chess is something that not for creating champions, no, but in creating a space where each person can discover their own world, develop their unique abilities, and feel part of a community that embrace them just as they are. We invite to take chess beyond classrooms and tournaments into the real lives of people who can find in this ancient game a path toward personal growth and social inclusion. Thank you very much. Any question, any comments, you can do that. Thank you. If you have any question, any comments, I am here.
I am so happy to have arrived just in time to just hear you speak, and I'm from Puerto Rico. And
Beautiful country,
Thank
from
you.
my friend Francisco.
Francisco, yes. Francisco is actually our coach in a club I started just about a year ago in the school that my sons go to. And it's been a life-changing experience for them, for the kids, and for myself.
This is something, sorry, what is your name?
Anna.
Anna. This is very interesting. Look at, he said, changing the life for his son and for him. Because it's like a virus. Chess is like a virus, you know, when you contact with chess, everything around you.
It's incredible. It's incredible, and the fact that we are getting access to being able to change these students' lives. The school that my children go to is a school that has a regular program and a special education program.
Yeah.
And I've seen that the majority of the children that wanted to go to the club are students in the special education program. And it's been a space for them to learn, but to also be part of a community that understands them and they feel included. They might not be the athletic type, they might not be jocks like they call. They are different, but that doesn't make them less, and that makes them unique. And to have them thrive in an environment where they feel welcome and that's challenging them. It's been amazing. It's been amazing, and I would love to connect with you so I can learn more about the aspects of inclusion and working with that type of population, working with people in the spectrum, in the autism spectrum, and other neuro.
Later I give you my email, but I
Yes.
think in the organizer send to you our presentation, and I give to you, not just to you, but all the people, my email. And I want to tell you that all the material that we produce, our association, is absolutely free. Books, resources, materials, everything that we produce ourselves is absolutely free. You can download by our webpage for free, absolutely for free. We got now more than 30, 40 different books about everything, resources about to use in classroom, to use in crafts, to use in wherever, in different areas. It's for free for everyone, So later, when we send to you, the organizer send to you the presentation, also send to you our address, and if you need something, you can take my email, and of course, shoot, then I answer to you. Not soon, because I got it, but I always answer everyone. Maybe late, but it's okay.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.